Sai how did I come to know of Sai Baba? I came to know about Sai through my departed husband, Dr. Ramnarine, in the year 1983. He was a non-believer. He grew up, he was a staunch Christian at that time, and he was invited every day by his sister-in-law, Dolly Ramnarine, to attend this Sai Yajna, where the discourses were conducted by Oka C. Paul in Chinchin Road in Cunupia. Sham was very hesitant to go because he wasn't really attracted at that point in his life to rituals and that kind of thing. But to please his sister-in-law, who was asking him every day, Sham, when are you going to the Yajna? He obliged a Friday after his private practice, and he attended that Yajna. He told me he'll be late and he is going to the Yaj, right? So, what happened there? It was something between him and God. He had a transcendental experience where he entered that Yajna and sat in the darkest point he could have located in the tent because he didn't want to be seen. But what happened while Oka was talking and giving her discourse about Swami, he don't know what happened, but he just found himself at the picture that was installed in that Yajna of Sai Baba, and he was fully prostrated before him. He didn't know what happened, he was totally out of it, and when he came back to himself, his cognitive self, he realized that the Yajna had finished, people had finished eating, and he got up, he was drenched in tears. His shirt and everything was drenched. And he went and sat down in the tent to compose himself. And there he was offered a plate of food. And that was the turning point for him. After that point, he bought every available book on Sai. He located a shop by Toon Rattan on High Street in San Fernando, and every available book by Mr. Chilo in his hardware, he purchased it. He read and read and read, attended Sai satsangs, telling me all about Sai, and I never believed. I heard about Sai from him, but I did not believe. You may ask why I didn't believe in Sai Baba after hearing all this history on Sai and what he did and what he was doing and so on. And it's because I grew up a Roman Catholic. I grew up in a Hindu home, but in the 1950s, the best schools in St. Joseph where I grew up was the Roman Catholic schools. And all my parents' children, we became Roman Catholics because you could not attend those schools in those days if you were not a Roman Catholic. And of course, the concept of an avatar, a man who claims to be an incarnation of God, walking the face of the earth at the present time, was not appealing to me. So there was no attraction there, right? I was listening to Sham, but there was no attraction, no pull, right, to believe in that God was walking the face of the earth. What are some of my experiences and interactions with Sai? After 1 year of reading and investigating Sai Baba, Sham decided that he wanted to make a trip in the summer of 1984. Oka C. Paul was going with a group, and he asked me to go along with him. So we joined that group. For me, it was sightseeing and a shopping tour for me, right? Not knowing that it would be a trip where my entire life will be changed. Now, our group got an interview, the entire group, and then Swami invited Okasi Paul, Dr. Jean Chauping, myself and Sham into the inner interview room. And after talking to Oka and after talking to Jean, he looked at Sham and he said, "She does not believe." Right? So I am looking now, right? And I'm hearing, she does not believe. She is fearful that when you go out in the night to do my work, that you will die in an accident. Now this is something, this fear that I had was real. How did he know about it? That was the question that was playing in my mind while Sai Baba was talking to Sham. Because not even Sham knew that I had that fear. As a dutiful wife, in search of God, he went to umpteen satsangs, which I never opposed, so he was out in the night, quite late, all different parts of Trinidad. But at home, with the two children, I had this fear. And how did this fear come about? In April of 1977, it was 1 month after the birth of our second son, that I had to make that trip to my parents' home because my second brother, we got news that he had died in a car crash. It was a horrible crash. It was a horrible experience for me. And I remember up to now that he was a boy with very slim features. And all I could have recognized that day of the funeral was just his fingers. Because there was no way that could have been my brother, because he was so swollen up, right? And that remained in my consciousness. And with Sham going out in the nights and coming back all parts of Trinidad, right? That fear was there. Sham never knew about it, but Sai Baba knew about it. And he turned to me and he said, "Do not fear. I will take care of him. He is doing my work." He then asked us how many children we had, and he told us that our two boys, he has them in the palm of his hands, and he will take good care of them. That was it for me. It was a turning point in my life, because Sai Baba knew an inner fear that I had that no one in this world knew. And at that point, I realized, I saw his omniscience that day in August of 1984. Because he just exposed me with that fear that I had. From that day on, it was a total change. And from after that interview, I was in a state of what you will call bliss for days. Nothing bothered me. You know, I was just happy to be in India, happy to be in the ashram. And from that day on, it was a complete change for me, right? That was when I went in search also of Sai, who he was, and what attracted me to him was the universality of his teachings. There is only one God and he is omnipresent. There is only one religion, the religion of love. There is only one caste, the caste of humanity. Swami's teachings certainly transformed and it charted the way for the rest of my life. Because with those teachings of those universal teachings, there's one religion, the religion of love, right? And when I read and I saw all his works, right, I was taken aback by the program Sealing on Desires, right, where you curb and cut your desires, right, and the money you save from that, you help someone in need. When I looked at his program on values, putting values into education, I myself became a Balvikas guru for maybe like about 25 years, right? Because I saw the value of it. Because I can change, or anyone can change a child's life by putting in values, right? And that would make a human being turn into, or change, a transformation into a child of divinity. Now, I still teach. I teach preschoolers, the ages of 3 and 4. And what is amazing in this journey of teaching children, my quest and the legacy I want to leave, right, is I want to make the difference in the life of a child. And I got the opportunity to go to Barbados to attend an EHV course. Actually, they showed us the technique, how to put values into every lesson that you teach. And it was under the expert Victor Kanu, who operated and still that school is still going on, the Miracle School in Zambia, right? And with that knowledge and putting that into my daily lives and into the lives of the little ones who I teach, right? It brought a lot of purpose, because at circle time, like the song Love All, Serve All, that is something that they sing every day, right? And I show them how we could love all, how we could serve all, how our hands could help others, not hurt others. I show them how we are a school family. We are a family of the universe, where we love and care for each other. So, interacting with his teachings through all the teaching programs he had, especially for teachers, that was an amazing job, and an amazing job of satisfaction and fulfillment that captured my entire life in my years of teaching. For some words of inspiration, I would quote Swami again: life is a game, play it. Life is a dream, realize it. We have the immense great fortune of walking the face of the earth when he walked the face of the earth. What an amazing gift we had. Life has its challenges, yes. There are some games we win. There are some games that we so-called lose. But whatever game it is, whatever match we are playing in, everything is a life experience. Things we would think it is not going our way, but we have to take it, not develop hate and anger and envy towards anyone. We have to take that game, that match that we are playing, and learn, because every experience in life is a learning experience to make anybody else better, no, to make us, to make me, to make you a better person, a better spiritual person, to attain and to realize that we are a spark of God. So no matter what comes your way, what comes my way, let us know and realize the legacy that we want to leave. Let us know and realize what we want to learn in this life experience, because nobody is going to benefit from this life besides we ourselves, because we are not on a physical journey, we are on a journey to divinity, to realizing who we are. So let us pick up every challenge that will come our way and learn from it. Life is beautiful, and let us always walk hand in hand with Him. And from that personal experience I had, where I realized His omniscience, His omnipresence, I know that He is every day, every minute, walking this journey with me. And in life, we may talk, we may tell someone what to do. In my case, I will tell the little ones about stories with values, putting values into our lives. I would have sessions of meditation or silent sitting, just 1 or 2 minutes with them, which does an amazing thing. It refocuses them. It gets them calm. And what we have to realize too is that whatever comes our way, if anybody comes to seek our advice, whatever we tell them, we ourselves must be practicing it, because that's the only way it can help someone and it can be beneficial to someone. Sairam.